Last question. F of x has a slope of 2, but a y-intercept of 0. Let's check that. Crosses the y-axis here at 1, goes up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1. Y-intercept is 8, and then it has a slope of 2. It goes up 2 to the right 1. And I want to check it and go the opposite way, down 2 to the left. So the slope of g of x, that should say g, is g of x has a slope of 2 and then a y-intercept of 8. So what do we know? Well, the steepness of the lines did not change. That means they have the same slope. Even if the slope was in the other direction and it was this way, you take the absolute value of it. That just means you treat it like it's positive. For instance, let's draw another one. H of x equals negative 2x. What do you notice about all of these slopes? Well, even though he's negative, ignore that when you're talking about steepness. And now what? The numbers match. So you have what we call the same steepness. So the steepness of the line did not change. So the negative doesn't matter. Now let's talk about the y-intercepts. That's easy. This shifted up 8 units. So it translated up 8 units. Now let's look at this problem. What would happen if f of x was x? That's the parent function. That's where all linear equations come from. Meaning the slope is 1, the y-intercept is 0. What happens if I change that 1 to 3 over 5, and then I change the y-intercept to negative 2? Well, this part's easy because we just did it. It would do what? Move down how many units? 2 units. So it is translating down 2. So we got that part. But what about this part? If the slope is 1 and it's changed to 3 over 5, what happened? Okay, well, let's graph it. 1x plus 0. That's the parent function because the slope is 1 and it goes through 0, 0. It's always the case for the linear parent function. And the slope has to be positive. Now we type in 3 divided by 5, or for those that are like, Miss, that's not the way we do it in class. Okay, alpha y equals number 1. I know. 3 over 5. Arrow over, put x, minus 2. Okay, then we press graph. So how do we know? That's the parent function, went through the origin, and then this is the next problem. So what I'm going to do is hit zoom standard because I want you to see it without it being zoomed. Let's take a look at this graph. The system. Okay, the first line goes through 0, 0. That's the parent function. Now what happened? The line did what? You look at my pencil, it moved which way? Down. So ask yourself, and this is the way I taught this about 2 or 3 months ago, so let's revisit it real quick. Is the line steeper or less steep? Well, remember we talked about the roller coaster ride? The scarier the line, the steeper the line. So look at this roller coaster ride. Is that scary? Yeah, because standing up more, I'm a little nervous. Oh, so the more that line lays down, that's like the kiddie ride. So ask yourself, did the line lay down more or is it standing up more from this parent function? Oh, it laid down more, so it's less steep. In other words, when the slope is closer to 0 than the other number, it's less steep. So whichever way your teacher taught you, use that version. Thank you. Good luck on your final exam.